We'll try another pike fly now. This one's called the Blue Rinse Bunny. I'm going to tie it on a tube. So here I have a 6mm tube. I'll slide that onto my tube fly holder. You see I've used bits of shrink tube in here to create tapers and hold that on a bit more securely. So this one is going to be tied with rabbit. So here I have a natural sort of greyish rabbit, and the advantage of this is you can cut your strips to whatever thickness you want. So what I do is I take a blade and stick it in the back of the skin, and then I sort of draw it down through, and I sort of go with the line by hand and draw the skin past the blade. Then I'll end up with a good thick, it's maybe 8 to 10 mil thick zonker strip. Okay, set that aside. So I'm using a black heavy thread here, and I'm starting in maybe 10-15 mil or so, up to yourself, up the tube, so then that the hook is not so tight up in. I suppose if you wanted your hook further towards the tail of your fly, you could tie your fly up here and have a couple of inches of tube if you felt like it. So first portion of this one, we're going to use purple zonker strip. Here I have a bit of purple rabbit. I'll tie that on with the strip uppermost, and then I've gauged this on my vise to cut to certain lengths. So I just cut straight through. Then whenever I put the grey strip on top of it, it'll be slightly longer. So if I take a pearl crystal hair here, take a bunch, maybe 8 to 10 fibres, pull it out, lay that on about the length or so of the purple strip, fold it back on itself, and this time take my blade and cut that off, put the top bunch longer than the bottom bunch, and that leaves a bit of taper. There's no point in throwing this bit here out, so you might as well strap it on as well. Just fold the bottom bits of it back. Then I take a watery super glue. This is just a cheap super glue from a pound store, because it's watery, it tends to run through the weapons. So now we put on the heavy silver. This is a 2mm disco silver, I think it's called. I'm going to put a turn of it on this side, then take it across, tie it in on the other side, and then cut the two for the same length. So we take our heavy zonker strip, and it's straight cut at the end. If it's not straight cut, just take a blade or take a pair of scissors or something and do that to it. And the advantage of this, because it is so wide, is that it will then wrap across our tie in there. So I'm just going to set that on. Pull back and whip that in place. So now my purple strip is out to here. I want my grey strip to go beyond it a little bit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it with a blade, but leave my blade at an angle, and that will leave the end of my tail with a little bit of a bit more natural looking. So now that that's tied on, again allow a bit of that super glue just to soak into it, and then I'm going to take a silver dubbin. This is called Silver Iris. And basically, while the super glue is wet on our tie-in point there, I'm just going to neaten it up with that. Then I'm going to take another bunch and I'm just going to pull the fibres through my hands to align them into a bunch and set that on. Allow it to spread around the tube and tie across its middle and fold it back. And that'll just give a little bit of accent to silver when I put the head on. Now for the head, I'm going to use this, which is it's like a silver foxtail, I suppose, but it came to me, it's supposed to be white, but when it arrived it had some sort of a blue rinse in it, but it actually makes quite a nice colour for sort of bait fish and roach and that kind of stuff. The advantage of tails, if you buy full tails, is that you can just grab a bunch and rip it out of it, and it tends, when you rip it out, to come with a little bit of hair attached, skin attached, and that can be quite useful for tying it in, because I can tie that in then very tight up to the skin, nice and neat. It has almost totally enveloped the hook, or sorry, the tube. So I just need another small bit, again with the skin attached, and I'm just going to set that up on the bottom. So I now have like a collar of this blue rinse fox fur the whole way round the shank at the front here. So now I take a good super glue and I'm gluing what, 3-4 inches of my tie-in thread, and then I'm just going to wrap that in, and that'll actually create like a little blob of super glue, and some of it will run forward into the hair. So now I fold the hair back and I pull my tie-in thread through that one gap. And take a brush and just brush out the fox fur, just to even it out all around. And then again, I'm going to take my super glue brush, this is one of these little bottles with the brush in it, and do the same thing again. Just run it down 4 inches, say, of our thread, and I don't know can you see that or not, but there's like little globules of glue the whole way along it. So now I pull my fur back and I wrap my super glue with the blob on it, tight up to it. Get a few turns. So I'm going to cut my tube off. I can't do that in front of you, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a blade, set it up within a mil or so of the head I've created, and push down onto it onto my table. You can see. And then if I take my lighter, just going to flame the end of that to create a little lip. And I take my super glue again and just do a quick run around the head just to seal it. So I end up with this fly. So I want to put eyes on that, and I'm going to use Eagle-Stick Serious Glue to put those on with, but you can't really do that when your super glue is still wet on the head, because the two react together and create a sort of cloudiness. So I have tied one before, so I'm going to set it up onto the vise instead. Tied this one earlier a few hours ago. The smell of super glue has gone off it. I'm going to use this, which is a 10mm sort of pearlescent eye with this one. So I take my Eva Stick Serious Glue, appears to have set in the cone. Put a good blob of that on the back of the eye, and then I'm going to set that up, press it down so it creates a little blob that comes out, a little rim just to hold the eye in place, and then we'll do the same on the other side. Some people like to put on just a very small bit of glue on the back, but yes, it looks neater, but I don't think the Pike really care, and I'd rather have the eye stay on. So again, you can see a blob is sort of arranged, and I'm just going to wet my finger, and I'm just going to make sure that a little rim of that glue catches over the curvature of the eye, and that'll hold it and stop it from separating itself from the foil at the back. So there's our fly tied. That's a blue rinse bunny.